Hey guys, it's your favorite trio again. Welcome back, or welcome to your first ever episode of Three Potatoes in a Pod. Yay!
We should
Everybody
just
clap.
start from the front.
Well, some people are spontaneous. We have Aiden over there who just commented on your spontaneousness, and we have Brody,
Yo.
who, there we go.
So, hmm,
Just
And we have
casually
Brody.
folding some clothes in
Silence.
my room while we talk. Nothing much.
what a nerd.
Who has clothes?
Yeah.
People who don't want to get arrested for running around butt naked.
Clothes are just clothes were just invented by the government to earn money for coals.
Wait,
Yeah, pretty
what was
much.
what was that one children's book? It's like no
These were
Daniel.
created by bathroom companies to sell more bathrooms. Change my mind.
What?
What?
Wait, what is it? Like don't do it, Daniel, or don't do it, Dave, or that freaking
No, don't
bald.
do it, Daniel.
Don't do it,
No,
Dan. David. Don't do it, David.
no,
Yeah,
not David.
it was this kid who was bald and had like no teeth, and he was
Hi, you.
what?
What?
It was a children's book, and we read it, and there's this one page where he just goes butt naked down the street. No,
What
David.
kind of books were you reading in public school?
So this is why
It's
you
a
ended up
pretty
the way you
popular
are.
book. What are you talking about? It's called No David. Look it up.
So this is
No.
why you. This is how
His
you ended up
cheeks
the
are
way
out
you
on
are.
a Saturday morning.
Yes, Saturday morning's a perfect morning for streaking.
Saturday mornings are for the cheeks. Change my mind.
Mm,
Yeah, but how has your summer been, boys?
I've been having to volunteer at summer school, and it's been really annoying because I hate those fucking kids.
Aw, cute.
And
We
I
love
mean,
kids.
I'll get like 100+ service hours for it because I'm going almost every day. So, I mean, but I have to be around kids, K through 6th.
Well, at least do they say interesting things?
No, all they do is cry about the smallest things.
That's
One
kids. Even the sixth graders?
No, the 6th graders are fine. They can handle themselves. But so, this one kid threw a frisbee. It hit the wall. Then it hit someone in the arm, and that person it just hit started losing it.
Same. That was me.
Uh,
I
mm,
babysat a kid for a week straight. He's my cousin.
well, at
And
least you can yell at your cousin.
okay, but it
I
was an
can't yell
epic
at those kids.
saga.
Jeez, you guys picked horrible paths to go down. I'm just over here, playing some golf and watering people's flowers.
I
Oh yeah,
know.
the
I saw that.
friendly elephant.
Oh
My
yeah, you
mom was
saw it?
confused.
Nice.
She
Yep.
was like, "Why friendly elephant? Is that his nickname?" And I was like, "Yes."
Listen,
yes,
Go-
Brody.
listen, I
yes.
needed a name, and that was like the only thing that came to mind.
The friendly
But
elephant.
How'd
but
you
Why
see
does
it,
that?
Gracie?
Why
my
does that?
mom saw it.
Yeah, my mom saw it as well because I don't
Well,
have Facebook.
well, I figured you, Aiden, but I didn't know Gracie.
You know my mom Facebook stalks, like
Oh yeah.
every other Midwest mom.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But
Mhm.
I, me and him, me and the kid I babysat, we're like siblings in a way where we get on each other's nerves. And so I saw an opportunity to torture him, and I took it. There was a canister, a little like tub
WD-40.
on the there was a little tub on the front porch, and I guess it
Lard.
was a suicide spot for beetles because there were like 7 beetles in the bottom of the jar. and he hates bugs. He hates worms. He hates bugs. He hates snakes. Anything manly. I'm kidding.
I don't think a snake is a bug. Why'd you say snakes?
I said bugs, worms, and snakes.
Yeah, what do snakes have to do with all the other two?
What does worms have to do with bugs?
I mean, at least a worm is kind of a bug. A snake is just a reptile.
Well, I'm just saying he hates critters and stuff like that. Anything of
Okay.
the sort. So I pick it up by the legs, and he's like, Gracie, no. I chased him around the house like 3 times,
Pumpkin
he was-
anime betrayals.
and he
Nice.
was screaming and crying the whole time. And I dropped the bug after like the first lap because I don't want to hold that thing for too long. It's icky. But then he told me he was gonna run away, so he decides to run to the pond nearby, and he's sitting on like the little like picnic table near it. And I picked the bug back up, and I picked up another bug, and I said I was gonna throw it at him, and he said, "No, you won't get paid if you do that." And I said, "Ooh, I'm really scared." And so I threw it out, and he's like, "Fine, I'll come back to the house." So we go back in the house. I sit down. I'm exhausted because I am not athletic, and I just ran around the house a lot, scaring the crap out of this kid. And so he goes downstairs. He comes back up with handcuffs. And he goes, "You're arrested. This is your punishment." Because he's 8 and an only child, because only children are weird. And he's like,
I can't agree with that.
"You can't do that. You need to get into the handcuffs for 5 minutes." And I said, "I'm not doing that." So he promptly decided to chase me around the house with handcuffs, screaming, "Put them on, put them on, put them on." And I said, "No." And so he got mad. He goes downstairs. He gets a box
Oh.
because he'd been practicing magic. And he's like, "I'll show you. The handcuffs are easy to get off." So these little plastic handcuffs, he's like, "I'll get these off in a minute." It tells me to set a timer for a minute. I keep making him mad because I'll set it for 10 seconds and then it'll go off. And I said, "You're acting really weird." And he looks at me like eyes narrowed, like he's having his villain arc moment. And he goes, "What did you just call me?" And I go, You're weird." And he's like, "Say that to me again. Say that to me again." And I'm like, "You're acting really weird." And he's like, "You won't like me when you call me that again."
Oh,
And I call him weird another time because I don't know when to stop. And he's like, "That's it." And he like slams his
out of
door.
stock.
He slams his door, and he's like, "I'll call your dad." And I pull up my phone and I was like, "Do it. Call my dad. Call my dad at work. Well, and I'd like to see you handle that situation." And he's like, "I won't. But for today, just know I spared you." And then
Interesting.
he locked me out of his room, and I told him no locking doors. And then he decided to put a chair in front of his door and a tub of toys. And I like went downstairs and I was like trying to lure him out of his room by playing Guns N' Roses because that's his favorite thing right now.
Wait, really?
Yes, he
And-
pretends he's Axl Rose and he throws his bandana at me. He puts on concerts. It's a whole thing. And I go upstairs and he's FaceTiming his mom. I open the door, he throws something at me. I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing?" And that was the end of that. We made up after that. But then the next day, he was doing one of his magic shows that I had seen 70 times. But my mom and my sister came over to swim. And I kept playing fart noises during his performance. And
God.
so then he got really mad and and then he just ran inside. So that was fun.
Yeah.
So essentially, if there's ever an evil villain one day, we should assume it's your cousin.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is. Mhm,
This is his villain arc.
Yep. It was
His
you.
origin story.
Now he just needs a really evil sidekick. That happens to be an animal.
Not any bugs. I don't know, he's got a pet dog.
Nice. And I have a pet brother.
Wow.
I know. And then all those kids out there act like freaking animals. Ugh.
I sang for Memorial Day too, that was fun. And all
Mm.
of it. It was a cute little chapel. And all of the people there I saw our old teacher, our old English teacher,
Which one?
Seaford.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, there's many old teachers.
Yeah,
so,
we have at least us. We have at least 3.
That's true. I was gonna say crazy one, but then I forgot to say it.
Your mind just automatically reverted to Seaford.
Yeah, she
Cra-
was.
Crazy equals insert name here.
No, but it's like, I can't believe that I got fired. And I was like, well, it was in your. I didn't say this, but I was like, well, contract, but whatever. Don't listen to me. She's like, I still have your artwork. I still have your art piece you made for me. And I'm like, what?
Which art
Yeah.
piece?
And at first, my mind immediately goes to the art piece that I had at that little Academy art show, which was the hog.
Oh,
And I was like, well, I didn't make that for her unless she saw herself in that image.
oh, Jesus Christ.
But then she's like, yeah, that sunset you made for me that you originally made for Miss Boss, but I wanted a copy of. And I was like, yeah, that. She's like, I'll put it in my new classroom, hopefully. And I'm like, get me away from here. Even the dead are running away.
She knows what she's doing.
I know.
I was gonna say something. Forgot what I was gonna say.
You'll
Oh
get
yeah,
there.
remember those like animal books we had to draw that we were gonna read to like first graders, but we
Oh my
never
God.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we never did.
No, I'm kind of mad because me and Brody, not podcast Brody for listeners, me and Brody spent so much time on that stupid Spider-Man penguin. It's ridiculous.
I think I remember the Spider-Man penguin.
The
I made
amazing
all
Jerry Parker.
I made all of my animals look like they were on rabies. They had rabies.
They were on rabies.
They were on rabies. But then I realized this was stupid, but it was too late to change it, so I guess I'm showing 6-year-old rabies. Time for them to
Always,
learn young.
always teach them about the rabies that they will get in the near future.
From no one in particular.
I think we should all warn our kids that they will get rabies. Even though they most likely won't.
Yeah. Which is why they always carry a 12-gauge shotgun full of slugs with them.
Full of slugs.
Full of slugs. Because everyone knows the slug is the only proper way to shoot a 12-gauge.
Are you guys having a good gay month?
Hmm.
I can't believe it's June.
I
Like,
know.
it's. My
I
stomach
have
is in
Boy Scout
knots.
camp this month.
Ooh,
Oh,
a bunch of boys hanging out, doing boy stuff.
actually, there's girls there now,
I
so
know.
it's not as homo as you would think.
I know, but I really wanted to make it sound like it.
I still
bunch
call
of
it
boys
even though it's called technically
holding
Scouts of
hands
America. Holding hands, sure.
and
If that's
kumbaya.
what you like to call the cult that happens there. The Great Cult of Mikose.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Right. It's hopefully not a religious camp. A lot of stuff happens here that's not religious.
Whoa.
Just like normal religious camps.
Aren't all religious camps just a bunch of gay kids being forced there? And then a couple stragglers.
Yeah. Religious camps are weird, man. I've never
I've
personally
never
been to one.
Yeah.
Here you have
When?
Vacation Bible
Vacation
School.
Bible School.
That's not a camp though.
Technically, it is. We
I
just didn't
forgot
stay
about that.
there.
Vacation Bible School? It's really weird because that sounds like not a Catholic thing to do.
I
Because
don't even remember anything I learned at Vacation Bible School.
I remember this one like dance video thing.
My God is powerful. Through all
Might have been that.
invincible, I will hold. I don't remember. It's like, but that song, dude, that's burned into my brain. And then it was like, the shots were so weird because it'd just be a bunch of kids like dancing at at like an amusement park singing about God.
And all doing stupid dance moves. Because
Because
you know they're kids.
yeah, I went to the same Vacation Bible School you guys went to for like
Really?
my last couple of years. Yeah, I did. Well,
I
I'm
guess
assuming you went to the one
where
at
did you go?
SFX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that for like the last
I guess
2 years we could.
we wouldn't have known each other
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
I
I don't think I was going out of my way to meet new people.
because you're like, these people are weird. These Bible thumpers.
These Bible benders are really weird. I mean, still are.
Some of them are.
I'm speaking of Bible benders, I have to go. I'm singing at mass tomorrow with Dylan.
With Dylan. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And we're
At
also
least you're
pouring
not by
concrete
yourself this
tomorrow.
time.
I know. Well, the last couple of Saturdays I've sang with my cousin
Mm.
and my great aunt.
Which cousin?
She's in college.
Oh, okay.
But no, old church ladies who sing all have the same voice. It's all
I don't think they sound like.
Isn't Dylan
I
going
mean,
with that like choir this summer? Like, when did he go for that?
Yes. That's why he's not going on Sundays, but you know what he said about the whole experience? Because he's going to New York for 2 weeks. He's like, I won't get to go to church. And I'm like,
that's what worries him.
yeah, I'm like, he's the only person I would ever, besides like my grandparents, who would think that.
Dylan is the most religious, non-religious person I've ever met.
I know, it's just like
It's
so
so
weird.
weird.
Yeah, he said, I guess we'll just have to stream the masses. Stream the
Because he's so like holy and uptight about church. But then
But
he
some of the
talks
things he
about
does.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, not very holy,
I'm getting
bucko.
mixed signals.
I am too, and I ask him stuff like that, and he's like, what? Me?
I definitely didn't talk about gay passionate sex. No, no, no.
Yeah, no.
No, 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 no.
or having it.
No, at the back of a Target. No. Or
That
what?
was me.
That
That
no.
was me.
How do you know he didn't do it?
Well, I think I would have known.
He would have done it at the back of a Walmart, knowing him.
Back of a Sam's Club.
No, not Sam's Club Holy Nature.
Sam's Club's holy nature.
Yeah, everyone knows Sam's Club is where Christian people shop. Because they don't want to see all the atheists at Walmart.
Target is for the gays.
Hmm. Well, yeah, that's just kind of common sense. The only time I go to Target, though, is to spend birthday money.
It's just coming up for you. What?
Yep. In 22 days.
Oh, I went to a baseball game on Wednesday. That was interesting.
What baseball game?
Mustangs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. No.
Just outed us.
Yeah, Brody.
That's why I didn't
Huh?
say it.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, my
Wait.
little-
So, Brody, you once blocked St. Louis because I said, no, we have St. Louis when we were talking about the most dangerous cities. And now you're just saying that, like, one of the most famous teams from our city.
How do you know they're from our city?
they are
I don't.
literally our cities.
They're not.
Like
They're
main
not. They're not
baseball
in
team.
Ashwaubenon.
Ashwaubenon, of course.
Do
I
we
don't
not
think
live in
Ashwaubenon is
Ashwaubenon?
in. I don't think we do. Sadly.
Well, that's too bad.
Anywho, let's get back on track. So what were we talking about, Gracie?
Well, now that we got it out there, the Mustangs game. Well, no, my little cousins were there, and he immediately sees me, and he's almost 3 now, and he immediately punches me, and starts kicking me. He really
Cousins.
loves me. And I was with Dylan there, and my uncle was there, and he's like, "Sup, bruh?" Because that's just how he is. And he was like, "Who are you?" And so they shook hands, and my uncle goes,
Of course.
They shook hands, and my uncle Skylar goes, I'm Skylar, Gracie's uncle. And
His name
Dylan
is
goes,
Skylar?
Yes.
God. No wonder he talked like that.
And Dylan goes, I'm the boyfriend. Doesn't he? Dylan, the boyfriend. Well,
Dylan boyfriend.
meanwhile, my cousin is glaring at me because he's 3 and he does not like me.
Why doesn't he like you?
I don't know, because he's a brat, and so when you know those little toy cars that have like you need to push your feet along the ground to get them to move.
Yeah.
Whenever he's being mean to me, I sit on the car so he can't move.
You see, if I did that, I'd break one of those.
Mm,
I can't do that.
Rip.
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 Rip plastic 3-wheeler that I rode down the hill into my grandma's garage door one time.
I'm just imagining like baby-faced Aiden pedaling with all his might and then
Yeah,
starts
so
escalating down a hill, or not a hill, and if there wasn't a hill in this situation, but it's funnier with a hill. You lose control and then bang.
So my grandma's house has this driveway into a garage. And I start at the top of the garage. I start at the top of the driveway. I go down. I try to stop, but I can't. So I just face plant into the garage door. You just hear a thick thud, and my grandma comes like out of wherever the backyard or something. She just sees me laying on the ground with a bloody nose.
One time my sister did like those wall handstands.
Oh yeah.
Well, she did one of them and she was too close and she drove her knee through the wall. And then she started crying because she was like, Dad is gonna kill me. Which
You just-
you just never know sometimes because it's either my dad's gonna kill me and then he gets home and he's like, oh, it's no big deal. And then you tell him and it's like, what?
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 What? That's the one thing
Whoa.
I've surprisingly never done. I've never punched a hole in the drywall before. I've drilled a hole in the drywall.
But that was on purpose, right?
No. So I had this
No?
drill correct. No. So I had this drill correct. It was a pretty
Mhm.
powerful drill, and young me, arm was tired, from picking up the drill. So I started drilling. I was really close to a wall. I tripped, fell forward, drill still
How?
going, and then just right through the wall.
How?
Because
How
I
does
was a
that even
stupid
happen?
child.
Wait, I
I'll be
blinked
right
out.
back.
Why did you have a stupid child have a drill anyway?
That's bad parenting.
I'm back. What are you talking about?
Bad parenting. Your
Oh,
parents are bad. Why would they
no.
give you a drill?
Because my dad was doing something with a drill.
Why would he drill?
He didn't give it to me.
You
That,
just took
that,
it?
that was all my fault.
Oh, okay. So you're a thief.
Yes, I'm the drill thief.
You're a thief. You're theft.
I can
You
armed
can
robbery.
you do the thievery. I see how it is. I bet you also do that marijuana.
No,
Okay.
no.
Drugs are bad.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I don't.
You don't?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's why I don't. Don't do what?
Cool.
Okay. Don't school and do drugs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's how it works.
And that's how it should work. Kids, stay out of school and go drugs.
Go.
Yes.
Yep. Whoa. That leaf.
This is a pretty bland one today.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Well, it's because Brody isn't contributing.
I know, it's
Jeez,
like
I
Brody
contribute
just...
everything? Okay, I see.
What are you talking?
Brody.
This is a 3 people pod, not a 2, and then a guy who stands in the background like,
Fine,
yeah.
fine.
Like that
You-
one meme of the
You know what
badly
game I've got back into?
badly. What?
The Sims 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Interesting.
you use creator content or whatever?
No, I
CC?
just build my own stuff. Just
That's one game I could never really get into.
I don't know. I think it's funny.
I made myself a nice little life. Nice house.
The life he wants.
Did you ever play that really crappy Sims knockoff? I think it was called Sim City. I was like, wow, I'm playing The Sims for free.
Not really.
And I downloaded it off the App Store.
Because I always had The Sims. I had it on the Xbox, and now I downloaded it again because it's free to play.
I wasn't allowed to get The Sims.
Why?
because of the
Woohoo.
inappropriateness. Woo.
Oh, yes. Bless you.
My sneezes are always so violent yet so soft.
Soprano sneezes.
Soprano sneezes. Those are, and my colored pencils aren't blending. It's rough.
Oh,
I
wow,
don't
that's so
understand
sad.
colored pencils.
Ooh,
I
tough
don't
life.
either, which is why I don't use them. I don't color, I just draw.
I just blueprint.
Yeah. Like I drew a picture that got into the MEC conference art show thingy, and I got an award. I'm so special.
You got an honorable mention.
Hey, that's better than you got. You didn't even
That's
get
because
anything.
mine wasn't done. You know mine would have done way better if I was finished with it.
But you didn't finish it, and that's not my
You know
fault.
deep down that I'm better than you.
Yeah, you're right. I still don't know how I got anything.
It's
But you,
cause that was a Picasso's nightmare.
Alright. I know
But
how we can make
didn't
this interesting
Picasso
again.
do
He was a
stuff like that?
cubism. Yes, I
Yeah.
know. It's funny because it's not.
Okay, Brody, what's your idea to make this interesting?
Okay. So, I've been having trouble sleeping at night lately because I've been thinking about the questions of the universe.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I've been watching this one guy talk. Which one's more
Joe Rogan?
scarier? If we're alone or if we aren't alone?
If
I
we're
definitely
alone.
think
if we're alone.
but yeah. Because, like,
Yeah,
how
that would.
crazy is that?
Well,
Like,
then
think
that would
about
mean
that.
there was like that, any other type of intelligent life form had like died out or something because
And
that.
why are aliens always portrayed as so much more futuristic than us?
I don't know.
Because if
Aliens,
they're able to
in my
get here,
opinion,
then
are
they are
dumb.
futuristic.
Wait, what'd you say?
Because if they're able to get here, they are futuristic.
Well, no, no. Bleh.
No, I'm
Shit, man.
saying like if we aren't alone in this universe, why are aliens always portrayed as futuristic?
They
Because
could be dumber
realistically,
than us.
a planet with the same amount of like what's it an habitable zone will have plants and animals similar to ours. They may be different, but they will still be pretty similar since our planets are so similar, which means the people will be similar as well. And then, are we counting aliens as uh, intelligent life, or just as like like small living organisms? Because technically, that would be
It
an alien as
depends.
well.
In aliens aren't usually typed. I mean, anything from another planet that's alive is alien. But for
Hmm.
this term, alien is intelligible
Okay.
life. Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
don't understand how people don't believe in aliens.
because there's a very, very little chance that in the ever expanding universe, that there's at least not one other life form out there. That would be basically improbable with how big the universe is.
That'd
Yeah, and
also
it's
be
always
stupid.
expanding. But here's something I can never fathom. Like, what is beyond the universe? Like,
Nothing.
yeah,
So
but
how
Because
there's always
Wait, does
something.
it just start over? Does it
That's what some people say. Like it like loops or something.
well,
Yeah, I feel like that would make sense then.
And then it's also
yeah.
like black holes. What's inside of them? Like, people make theories of like, oh, it takes you to a whole nother universe and stuff, but we don't actually know that.
Well,
I actually know what's
a
in a
black
black
a,
hole.
a black
It's
hole is
a
just
never
alien matter, right?
ending loop of Smash Mouth.
No.
All Star specifically.
Yeah, but it's just antimatter, right? Which means it would be nothing, but also it's something because it's antimatter.
But scientists are saying like, so inside black holes are a whole nother like all different types of universes and stuff, and inside those black holes are more black holes that have even more universes and stuff, and so it's like,
Oh, that's stupid because a black hole is just a really dense particle. That's the reason black holes exist because it's super dense.
then
And
where does the stuff
it,
go that goes inside of it?
it
Because
becomes
stuff has
dense.
also come out before. Light has escaped black holes.
It's a 3DS. 3DS.
Okay,
Dylan, we
yeah.
don't care about the 3DS. We're talking about the things of the universe.
Everyone knows the 2DS is better than the 3DS
Oh
anyways.
my gosh, shut up. The 2DS is terrible. It's just the
No,
poor
it's not.
man's version of the 3DS.
Yeah, which is why it's so much better.
No, it's not.
Because it was cheap.
It's
was
without the
like 80
fold.
bucks.
It's no fold. There's no fold. The
Okay.
fold makes it convenient. It's nice.
There's no fold on the Nintendo Switch. Nobody's
Yeah, because
complaining
the
about
Nintendo
that.
Switch has its own thing, its own novelty thing. The controllers
what?
come off.
Yeah, what about Switch Lite, huh?
Switch Lite is
Switch
just
Lite's
the
are
other
just
version of
like
the Switch. It's like the 2DS because it's the poor man's version of a Nintendo Switch.
Ooh, true.
I still prefer the Nintendo 2DSs.
The Nintendo 2DS is literally the 3DS without its keen feature. And the Nintendo Switch Lite or whatever is the Nintendo Switch without its key feature.
Well, the Nintendo
Change my
Switch's
mind.
key feature is to play Nintendo games.
No, its
Because
key
you can't.
feature for that
No, you can.
specific Nintendo product is the fact the controllers come off and you can play it in many different ways.
I don't know because you can't get Nintendo games anywhere else. So I mean, you kind of have to have the Switch
But that's
to
on every
play the
single
new
Nintendo
games.
device. You can play Nintendo games on every single Nintendo device.
Yeah, what about the new ones though?
Each Nintendo device has its own little novelty type thing that is specific for it. And that's what the Switch is. That's what the 3DS's is.
Okay, back to the thing at hand. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about aliens.
Oh yeah.
Here's what really is kind of creepy. If no one's reached us yet, what if there's something that stops you? Like there's a cap. Like.
I was thinking there's something that is like. Oh, there's a reason nobody wants to be found.
Yeah, that too. That's like. And we've already sent radio waves out, which is just a stupid idea, to be honest.
Yeah, what if there's a giant, galaxy-consuming monster?
Yeah, or even just aliens who want to kill us. Like, there's nothing stopping an alien from Death Starring us right now. Just teleporting here, laser beam. Goodbye.
Well, you mean you have to remember that aliens are going to be similar to us because
Not necessarily.
well, they can't just live out in some planet without oxygen and with no habitable zone.
How do we know that? We only consider what's
Because
habitable to us.
life can't survive without oxygen or water.
But how can we
water,
confirm that if we haven't seen everything?
the reason we haven't found any life is because no life can physically exist inside our solar system. And we haven't really gotten outside of our solar system yet. Humans haven't even traveled through the vicinity of the moon yet.
No. Well, humans
So
haven't
there's
traveled past it, but we've sent satellites way beyond that, and we know there's not life for a good long while. Could we be able to see it by now if there was anything, not even
We found
inside our solar
habitable
system, but
planets,
even
though,
beyond
so
in the
that's
Milky
cool.
Way type stuff?
Yeah, but I don't think really any probes have made it outside the Milky Way, have they?
I mean,
Or
not
really
necessarily
outside?
outside the Milky Way, but we can see pretty far.
Yeah, because there are a few planets we've
The
found that are.
Voyager has gone pretty far.
How far has it has it escaped our solar
I
system?
don't know if it's escaped our solar system, but I just know Voyager's gone a long way.
Yeah. But I still think the reason we haven't discovered any life is because a lot of the planets
I don't
are
think that's-
inhabitable for really any life form. So I don't know. Grace, do you have anything to contribute to this?
Sorry, I'm getting like two different conversations at once.
Stop talking to Dylan for a minute, then.
I can't help it.
Yes, you can. It's not impossible.
Okay, so while we
It's left.
figure out for Grace
Voyager
to-
1 and
No,
Voyager
What
1,
I was
Voyager
saying,
2 have
what I was
left our.
thinking was, you said that we've gotten pretty far, but in the grand scheme of things, we haven't gotten far at all.
Yeah.
In the scale of the
Because-
universe, no. But
What were we saying
Voyager
about
1
Voyager?
has left the solar system.
Okay. And a lot of the planets aren't habitable. So
Dang, we have a lot of things that have left the solar system, it looks like. Voyager
Really?
1, Voyager 2, Pioneer 11, and Pioneer 10.
but I bet once the James Webb Space Telescope gets out into the vast emptiness of space, then we're bound to discover something.
I like hearing the logic of people who don't believe in aliens, though. Because it's really funny, because my
What's their
mom,
logic? Because I mean, it's
they don't have
very-
any. That's the funny part.
because it's very improbable for there not to be some kind of life form outside the solar system.
Well, I was talking with my mom, and she's just like, I just don't believe. Yeah, and you don't believe in evolution, so.
Yeah, your mom doesn't believe in a lot of things.
Okay, never mind. Voyager 1 has not left our solar system, technically. It was the first spacecraft to cross into interstellar space, but Voyager 1 will remain within the confines of our solar system until emergence from the Oort cloud in another 14,000 to 28,000 years.
Oh,
Because if we define our solar system as the sun and everything that primarily orbits the sun, then that's
so but we have had stuff that has left it.
left the solar system.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on how you count it, because Voyager 1's in interstellar space, but
What does that mean? What is
it's
the
beyond the
interstellar?
I think it's beyond all of our planets that are in our solar system.
Okay. So anywho, what was one of the other live questions
Wait a
that
minute,
you
didn't
think?
somebody? Think there's some people think there's like a 12th planet.
Huh? A 12th planet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's been some like moons
was
that have
it
been
like-
found, but
I don't know. I was listening to Distractable, and they brought up like an extra planet or something.
search up 12th planet and he's a DJ.
Extra planet.
Hypothetical planet X.
Exoplanet.
There may
Yeah,
be
so
a
it
planet
wouldn't
X
technically
deep in
be
the
a
solar
planet then.
system. This hypothetical Neptune-sized planet orbits our sun in a highly elongated orbit far beyond Pluto. The object, which is the researchers have nicknamed Planet 9, could have a mass amount of 10 times that of the Earth and orbit about 20 times farther from the Sun on average than Neptune. It may take between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years to make one full orbit around the Sun.
I don't think that considers planet then, because it's so far out.
But it does orbit our solar system.
Yeah, and asteroids orbit our solar system. That doesn't make them planets.
What defines a planet again?
What?
Is it like size?
Here, I'll check. I think it. Here, I'll look it up.
Because I mean, like, if it's a big ol' honkin' thing, it's probably considered a planet.
Yeah, but I would consider that more an exoplanet.
Planet
a planet
X is
is
a
a
large
celestial-
planet.
A planet is a celestial body that is in orbit around the sun, has sufficient mass for its self-gravity to overcome rigid body forces so that it assumes the hydrostatic equilibrium, nearly round shape, and has cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. I don't know what that means, but that's from NASA.
Oh, cleared the neighborhood? Oh, like it's not like how asteroids are, like the asteroid belts are, where they're just like,
It probably
close
means it's
together.
not going to hit anything.
yeah. Yes.
Anything that's permanent there.
Yeah, so I mean, I
But
guess
I
that
think it
could
has
be-
everything. I just don't know about the gravity part, but I think it does have everything else to be considered a planet.
I mean, if it's circular,
It is.
like
If
if
you
it's
look up
almost-
NASA's official like prediction, like look of it,
it's almost if it's a perfect if it's almost a perfect sphere, then yes, I guess it does fill all those parameters. It could be considered a planet, but I would consider it more of an exoplanet just because of how far away it was. So, but though it does orbit a sun, it's really weird. Anywho,
Yeah,
what
not
was
12, but 9. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I meant. You know I don't know numbers.
one of those other questions you had, Brody?
let's see. I don't know. Talked about quite
Yeah,
a few
you-
of them.
You don't want to hear me before I go to sleep. I always have the worst existential dread. Stop shaking your head yes, Dylan.
What'd you say?
He always
have-
has existential dread. Stop telling
Those-
Dylan to shake his head yes, even though that's literally nodding.
Yeah, nodding, whatever. But I have the worst existential dread before I go to sleep.
Me too.
Do any of you have that random urge to get your life together at like 3 a.m.?
Yeah, at
Every
3
night.
a.m. Every day I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a plan for tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna eat breakfast. I'm gonna work out.
I'm gonna
drink
get buff.
a bunch
I'm
of
gonna
water.
run. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do some CrossFit. I'm gonna eat
I'm
healthy.
going to become a god, and then I wake up the next morning and I'm like,
I want to go back to bed. Okay. Glad to see that I'm not the only one who does. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Going to sleep at night sometimes hard because you can. I think of 1,000 million things.
I know. But the immediate thing I think of is you're gonna die. You're gonna die soon.
Hey, me as well.
It's like you're gonna die, and you will cease to exist, and everything will be bad, and it's all your fault.
Yeah, I think that. In fact, there was pretty much the whole last year I felt that very badly for every single night when I went to bed. Just
Oh
never
yeah,
like
it was really
it's-
bad for me for a while, and then I realized that, and then I just think of something stupid, like to get my mind off of it.
I just think, well, even if I did die tomorrow, might as well enjoy the time you have.
Exactly.
As someone who's
Yeah.
inspirational might say, you can only control the now.
Would go to bed. I sometimes lay in my bed for 1 to 2 hours most nights. I think I have something that causes that because almost every night. Because I'm tired, I go to bed, I can't fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's insomnia because I can stay asleep once I fall asleep, but it's just hard to fall asleep.
Have you tried turning on a show while you fall asleep? That kind of helped me. It takes my mind off things.
Yeah, I turn on a YouTube video and just kind of let it run. That has helped, but I'll still have to like lay in my bed for 30 minutes listening to that.
Well, I used to have chronic nightmares, so I was afraid to go to sleep for a long time because I just had the most like horrifying nightmares.
I never really got nightmares.
Well,
Those,
you are lucky.
yeah, I am.
I always remember this one nightmare. This happened a couple months ago. I was riding on an airplane. For some reason, like me and my mom and maybe some other of our family were like flying into Singapore. And people started noticing, we're really low to ground, but no one really thought much of it. And then we saw we were going to collide with a building, like just a small townhouse on the ground. And the pilot's like, we're going to crash. And everyone just started screaming. I started screaming, and then I woke up.
Ugh,
Ugh. But
that's awful.
my worst ones are when I forget my bags on a trip. Those are some of the worst.
That's your
'Cause-
worst fear.
No, not my worst fear, but it's just always annoying. Like they're terrible dreams because I wake up feeling super tired afterward because like my brain's like working really hard in the dream trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my bag to me. Like one time my solution was having my grandma ship it to me. Is just
Is it just me, or if you fall asleep in your dream, do you get a really good night's sleep? Because whenever I fall asleep in a dream, I wake up really refreshed in the morning.
Well,
It's really weird.
I have every time I go to sleep, I have like I realize I'm asleep. Like in every dream that I have, I realize I'm asleep, and it really messes with me.
No, yeah, that's how I am sometimes. Like I realize I'm asleep, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go along with it.
One time I had a dream that I don't know what was going on, but all the people around me were like, Gracie, you need to wake up. You need to wake up like right now. And so I pretended I was drowning, but then I woke up in another dream. So I was
Oh,
in
oh
the
no,
dream. So I wake up and then somebody's choking me,
oh,
and then I wake up. It was awful.
ugh.
oh.
I've had dreams where I hear a noise in the dream and then it echoes into real life when I wake up.
Sometimes it does the opposite for me because sometimes noises from outside go into my dream, and I guess that happens to other people sometimes. It's just really weird.
Last night I got really freaked out. I like woke up in like the middle of the night randomly and I look over to my window because I can like see my whole room from the top of my bunk bed, and then my cat I didn't know it at the time, but I just see the window like blinds like slowly getting pushed open. I'm like, what the heck? And then I like see like eyes turn around at me. I was like about to scream, and I was like, oh, it's my cat. Dang it, cat.
Have you ever had like an out of body experience while dreaming or whatever?
How do you mean?
Like you yourself, like your dream self, like separates from your body and like you can see it. Because that's only ever happened to me once.
I don't think I've ever had that really.
It was when I was younger. Like it was like my dream self split from my body and I could see myself sleeping, but I was like floating above my bed and I just floated around the house for a minute. And then I was like I got a really bad feeling, so I went back into my body. It was really weird.
Interesting. That's
You've
probably not good.
you have some of the like weirdest dreams I've ever heard.
I know. I have really strange dreams.
The only dreams that I ever hated having were fever dreams.
And I can always remember my dreams vividly. Like if I don't remember my dreams, I get kind of nervous.
Really, I can never remember my dreams. Because I remember a couple moments of my dreams. Just like
I
random
remember it.
moments.
I remember it all.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always bad dreams that I remember.
Well,
And
I'm also a bad sleepwalker and sleep talker.
Yeah, no, dreams were never that bad for me when I was little. Because I was more worried about the boogeyman coming on my closet at night.
Oh yeah, I
I
was
could never
terrified of
fall
the
asleep.
dark.
I like
I
watched this
still
Ghostbusters TV show one time where the boogeyman came out of the kids' closets and stuff, and after that I just could never sleep at all. I like
I remember I
terrible.
tried to watch Goosebumps. And as a kid,
Oh,
oh, I hated that. I
me
freaked
too.
out so much. And I went back and watched them and I was like, whoa, this is like, this was a couple months ago and I was like, whoa, this is kind of unsettling.
I I went to my cousin's house and we watched the Slappy one, whatever the
Oh, yeah.
mannequin, not mannequin, the ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. And that freaked me out so bad. I don't understand why.
Well, it's because it doesn't have a good ending.
Well, it was also the I don't think any of the Goosebumps books have good endings. They're always like,
No, yeah, especially, I never read the books. I always just watched the shows. And
oh
the
well,
shows
they're always like
always,
plot twists.
yeah.
Again.
hmm
I know
Yeah.
that's the point.
What's that other, like, older kid version of Goosebumps?
Older kid version.
It's by the same dude, I'm pretty sure.
R.L. Stein or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
I just can't remember.
Jeepers Creepers.
Cheaper.
Let me check. I don't know because I'm just seeing Fear Street.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But it was. I hated that. I hated that so much
I
because I can
yeah.
do um like jump scares and stuff like that. Doesn't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like unsettling and slow moving horrors that scare
It's psychological horrors that get me,
me. Oh yeah.
or horror based on like true stories.
which I mean, no horror is really based on a true story because
I
they
know it's
definitely,
dramatized,
yeah,
but I
like
watched like Girl in the Basement, and it was based on like an actual story. Like this girl was like locked in her basement by her dad for like 20 years.
wow, it's yeah because one horror that scares me is what I like to call realistic horrors,
Mm-hmm.
like something that could happen. I guess it's kind of like psychological horrors, but there's no like it's all in their mind or something. So
Yeah.
it feels like
Like,
it could happen in real life.
did any of you watch Midsummer?
I've watched the recap version. I think it was the um who does the kill counts in horror movies?
Uh, I don't, I
Um,
don't know, but what's his
I can't
face? But
remember.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched.
that's a really good one
Yeah, I
because
watched that.
it it like talked about like cults and like the scares were like something I could wrap my mind around. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
not just
just
some crazy
I,
maniac with a machete.
yeah, I'm just a hater towards like slasher films and older like just the only like horror movies that their goal is just to gross you out and not have any substance. Where it's just 24/7 killing. I enjoyed Saw though.
Well, Saw is. I wouldn't consider it a slasher per se.
No,
I consider it more
Dylan just brought that.
psychological.
You know, I always liked watching Halloween, but it wasn't really scary. It was more stressful because the characters were so stupid. Oh, let's just
Yeah.
leave the knife right next to him.
Films that I like, scary movie franchises that I'm not really into are Scream and like Chucky. I can never wrap my head around that.
Well, it's because it's so outlandish that they're
It's
not really that scary. Like
they're not.
some
They're
three
just
foot,
annoying.
like some 2 foot doll running around killing people is very stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't mind Annabelle that much.
Hmm.
You're joking
Yeah,
me.
one of my
YouTube has now added a podcast option for videos or whatever.
one. So, have any of you guys ever seen The Thing, the horror movie The Thing?
Let me look it up.
It's probably one of the best horror movies out there, in my opinion,
Oh, I've never seen it.
because I think it's considered like body horror or something,
Yeah.
where like something you do you know what it is? Do you know what body horror is?
Yes, I know what body horror is.
Okay, yeah. It's the same genre that the Human Centipede is in.
The human,
But
the human centipede is pretty disgusting.
oh yeah. The second one is worse than the first one.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's stupid, but also you're like, wow, this could actually kind of work if someone was deranged enough to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna talk about.
Um.
Oh yeah, back
I,
to Midsummer. I disliked that movie, not because it was a bad movie, but because it was, scary. Well, not scary, but
mhm,
like unsettling. And the
mhm.
worst part about it, in my opinion, was everything was super brightly colored. Like
Yeah.
it was such a dark movie with everything brightly colored.
Mhm. It was really an assault on the eyes.
Yeah. because it confused my brain. Brody, have you watched any horror movies lately?
No, I don't like watching horror movies all that much. I mean, I'll usually watch one around Halloween time, but I'm not a big fan of just scaring myself to death for the
Mm.
I'm
rest of
not
the
a
night.
big fan of Paranormal Activity.
Oh, I love Paranormal Activity, like
I like,
actual real
I like,
stuff. I don't care if it's real or not. I just like it.
I like the Blair Witch Project. I don't know. I'd get nauseous with all the camera work.
Well, the Blair Witch is the Blair Witch Project actually real life, or is it just kind of a show? I don't know if I've ever seen it.
It's a movie.
Yeah, which I like the actual real life stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like Ghost Adventures. I don't care if it's real or not. I just like it.
I always like it always kind of freaks me out a bit sometimes with some of the stuff, but like NASA's unexplained files or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Some of those things are like kind of freaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
guys know anything about cryptozoology, I believe it's called?
Oh yes, I love
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing. Brody, do you
I
know anything about cryptozoology?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
like cryptids and stuff like that,
Like the Bigfoot,
or like
the even bigger
Mothman.
foot, and
That's
El
what it's called?
Chupacabra.
I thought
It's
those were
yeah,
like
cryptozoology. Because it's zoology, but for cryptids, so cryptozoology.
Or
well,
like
I mean, I know what Bigfoot
chupacabras.
is.
Yeah, it's the study of cryptids.
I like how cryptids can be like the most like kind of like startling like urban legends, and then some of them are just like Frogman.
Frogman.
Ah,
Yeah, one of
Dogman, a great book.
uh, my brother owns a lot of those. Um, yeah, I like the story of El Chupacabra just because of how outlandish it sounds, but there was really something that was going on, unlike Bigfoot, which could
I don't.
easily be faked by just a cast of a Bigfoot.
Why are cows always attacked? Cows,
I don't know.
cows or sheep are always getting the blood sucked from them.
Well, it's El Chupacabra means a goat sucker.
And the goats, whatever. But you know,
Yeah.
when it's talking about like aliens, they're like, and there was cow mutilation. So I was like, what did the cows do to you?
Yeah, aliens. I don't think aliens want anything to do with cows. That's just. Would aliens fall under cryptids? Are aliens technically cryptids?
I do not know.
Hmm. Yeah, but the El Chupacabra story is so outlandish because it spread such a long ways away. It started in Puerto Rico, and then it stopped. It started like 79, I think. Then it stopped. Then it started up in 95 again. And then that's when it got famous. And then apparently there were a lot of random reports from like Florida, Texas, Mexico, and then places in South America. The leading theory, I think, is just dogs with this like disorder mange, but that wouldn't explain the sucking. Another thing is escaped monkeys, because there is a monkey research center in an island off of Puerto Rico. But I don't think monkeys suck blood.
Monkeys freak me out, man.
How
I
dare
don't
you say
know.
that to your great 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 great
I
great
don't
great great
care
great
about my descendants. Ever since I heard that story about the monkey ripping off the lady's face,
what?
I know I know he was like, I think he was like drugged up or something, but still.
Yeah. And then the last main theory, the most outlandish one, is that there's a United States research center in the like deserts in Chile,
Hmm.
which I think that's just really stupid. And then the chupacabra was just escaped from there. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, there's the El Chupacabra story.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Oh.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, any more topics, guys?
No, no, we've talked about a lot of the fearful things there are, so.
Yeah, fears.
Any other freaky things we need to discuss?
Did you know that these ghost hunter people just have a museum of a bunch of cursed and like haunted stuff in their basement?
Weird.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It was people who were associated with The Exorcist. So, you know, they're I forget their names, but you know,
Uh,
they're pretty
Oh,
crazy.
I was thinking of like the Warrens or whatever.
Yeah, the Warrens, yeah.
Yeah.
Because The Exorcist is based off of a real story, but it's
Oh yeah.
extremely dramatized. What?
Dramatized.
Yeah, it's extremely dramatized.
I like the Conjuring movies.
I haven't
The
really
third one's
seen any
best.
of. Are the Conjurings kind of like Exorcist?
Yeah, it's about the same two people.
Oh, okay.
What kind of a
No, that movie like scared the crap out of me.
I saw like a preview for a movie like that kind of one time. It's just like called The Pope's Exorcist or something like.
Oh yeah, I heard
I
The
about that.
Pope's Exorcist.
like it was like something so evil had happened. Like they called priests and take care of it. He couldn't take care of it, so they just had to like call in the Pope, and the Pope was like just like fighting this thing. Pope
That
had a
sounds
whole lot
kind
of
of stupid.
holy papal powers. I don't really know how it was. I just saw the preview for it. It was a scary movie, but I don't know.
You guys know this scary movie franchise?
Oh my gosh, yes, my mom wanted to watch it with me, and then we went with like the first 5 minutes of it, and my mom's like, nope, nope.
Why did you say nope? Was it because it was scary or because it was stupid?
It was inappropriate.
Yeah. I've heard great things about them.
Yeah.
On a less
It got a
scary note,
50, the first one got a 51% in Rotten Tomatoes. Man. Oh, speaking of ratings, did you know the new like live action version of The Little Mermaid got such a bad rating by IMD, like IMBD or whatever it's called, like the movie rating thing, that they had to change the way movies are rated.
yeah, for that movie, everyone was playing into too much over who was playing the character, and no one actually put in enough effort into making the movie.
I know.
Like it was a whole
Yeah.
publicity stunt, I think, to just get it out there that Little Mermaid was black for in that movie, but they didn't actually make the movie any good.
I hate the fact that they're like Disney's not even trying to make any new characters of color. They're just like, hey, we're going to make an original character.
I don't really
We're just
care
gonna
who.
That'll
I don't really
fix it.
care who plays it. I just care if if they're gonna keep emphasizing it. Like that was my problem with Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It was like or Falcon the Winter Soldier, whatever it was called, and yeah, Falcon the Winter Soldier. They like I didn't have a problem that Falcon was now basically Captain America. I hated the fact on how much they kept emphasizing like, oh, everyone's like, you Captain America can't be black or whatever. No, just be the superhero movie, please.
Oh,
Well-
and have you guys seen Strange World? The-
I've heard of it.
I have not
Yeah,
bothered
it's-
watching that.
It was honestly a pretty good movie, other than the fact that they kept like emphasizing that one of the characters was just gay, like for no reason. It had no
Oh, no,
effect
I hate
on the
it.
story whatsoever.
I hate when like shows and like companies try to do that. They're like, hey, here's a gay character. Oh, how does that contribute to the story?
Yeah.
It doesn't. They don't. It's never. It's brought up a bunch of times, but it's never like shown explicitly on screen. It's just to pretend that we have diversity in our characters when we in fact do not.
Because it was honestly a pretty good movie. Other than the fact that that just made it really awkward.
Can we just go back to making good movies and not worrying about who's cast as who?
Well, I feel like that people wanting representation is a good thing. It's
No,
just
yeah.
companies do a terrible job at it.
Oh yeah, because I'm not against like representation of like
But
cultures.
yeah, but we shouldn't
people
just
in movies.
cast someone for a role because like we want
Because
to
there's
put in
some
black representation or gay representation or whatever. We shouldn't do it just because. If it's part of the story, so be it. But if it's just because, then I don't see the point to it.
which yeah, that's what happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It didn't really have any effect to the plot line whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of was brought up. So yeah. I don't like when like companies do that because that just makes it kind of awkward to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I've been liking to watch this one show on Netflix. It's called Mr. Iglesias.
Oh
He's an
yeah.
amazing guy. Amazing
No, yeah.
comedian. Made a Netflix show. Perfection.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's pretty funny.
What time are we at?
This is like the longest episode we've ever had. Clock in at
I
an
know.
hour and a half already.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. We've just
So,
had a lot to talk about.
I guess we should end it off. Aiden, hit us with that fun fact.
Alright, hang on.
The world waits for your answer.
I know.
I'm holding my breath until you give us
So
a fun fact.
apparently some tumors can grow teeth and hair.